Hello, my friends. How are you all doing today? Or I guess for me, it's tonight. It's, I don't know, maybe around 10 o'clock at night, something like that. And I've been busy all day, which is something that we're going to talk about in a little while. But, first, Logan Paul. Okay, I have gotten a couple thousand messages today having to do with Logan's fight last night and the Pokemon he wore around his neck. A couple thousand messages. I've gotten more texts than you would even believe, from people I'm a little bit closer with, and multiple ones. And most from people you all know. I have gotten so many emails, some from people I haven't even heard from in years, that I dealt with years ago. I'm totally overwhelmed. I got up late today and, had some stuff to do with the little girl and that. And I was so bombarded with things that all day I answered hundreds and hundreds of messages because I care about how you guys feel. I care about what the significance of what happened last night, means to you all. And I guess I'm fortunate, to have friends like all of you that, even care, about that and care about me and what I'm doing. And I mean, you all don't have to be like that. And I'm extremely appreciative that you are. Many of you transferred over and sent messages to Thuan at Autism Instruct on Instagram. Thuan, of course, is my wife, like you all know. And her phone, her DMs, her texts, everything blew up too. Well, after answering a couple hundred messages, I realized that there was no way I was going to be able to get to everybody. So if you all sent me a message and I didn't reply, that's the reason why. And I hope that, this little conversation will make up for some of that. And I'm going to be revealing some things, and then other things I won't be revealing, but I'll try to give the reasons why. And but I think you'll find it interesting. I noticed, like on one of the sites that I frequent, that they had over 100 comments on there, all talking about this, all talking about Logan and me, and with excellent detective work, and some accurate, most not accurate, but it shows a lot of interest there. I mean, talk about people who care about the hobby. Oh my God, on E4, the Elite Forum, boy, they care. All of my followers on Instagram and those that I have here on YouTube care also. By the way, here on YouTube, I'm sitting at just over 9,000 subscribers. I learned how to figure that out. And so that's what I got. And that's not enough. This takes a lot of work for an old man to fit in, especially when he's tending to the responsibilities that I have to. So listen, subscribe and like this. Let's build up my presence on YouTube. Otherwise, I got to just give it up because I don't monetize this. It's not a matter of making money. I just want to see the interest that I have. If you subscribe to this and like this, that shows me that there's a lot of people who care what I have to say and what I have to show. If I don't build up those subscribers, then there just isn't much reason to do this for me. because I'm not making money on it. I mean, I don't even know how to monetize these things. And even though a lot of you have tried to help me, I still have no clue. Maybe it has something to do with laptops. I only use iPads or iPhones. I don't know. So another thing before we get into the meat of the matter, I get questions a lot of times about, what the stuff is up behind me here. I try to put up a few things. No, it's not as fancy as Lee Steinfeld, Leonhardt, who has a beautiful background. It's not as nice as Pokerev or Nate or even SM Pratt. It's just kind of makeshift. But you all know what you signed up for. This is one take Gary. There again, this is one take. Everything I'm saying, nothing's going to be cut out. Whatever. I just hope I don't say anything wrong, because I don't know how to edit it out. So what you're seeing here is totally unedited, because Gary doesn't know how to edit. The thumbnail, I don't even know what it's going to look like. It's going to look kind of stupid probably, because I don't know how to create a thumbnail. Somehow it's probably just going to be a picture like what you're looking at now or something like that. Though I would like to put up a thing in yellow letters or something, Logan Paul, King Pokemon, the truth. Which would probably get a lot of views, something like that. But I don't know how to do that, so I don't do that. And I know that makes my presence suffer a little bit. I don't get many subscribers in that. Though 9,000 is not bad, considering I've only been doing this a short time. That's good. I'm certainly appreciative of that, from all of you. But anyway, for sure subscribe, and I'm going to explain what's up here behind me. A couple things. The check in the background is always sitting up there. That was a check presented to us by the Aoki Foundation for a personal donation that At Autism Instruct and myself donated, to the Aoki Foundation. Like you all know, we do a lot of charity work and fundraising and stuff like that to bring more money in. But I wanted everybody to realize that this is personal and this is important, all the way down the line. Whether it's Steve Aoki or me or you or Logan Paul or anybody else, the charity, the Aoki Foundation for Brain Health, is very, very important to us. That check proves it. That check, I don't know if you can see the amount of it, but it's a big check. So those other two things you see there, one is a fossil uncommon sheet, an English fossil uncommon sheet. That's what's up there today. I switch those around. I keep a few uncut sheets here at the house. All my stuff is stored away and probably long gone, won't even be seen anymore. But I keep a few things here. So that's, let me see, the one on that side, that's a fossil uncut sheet. Let me see, is that the right, yeah, that's over my shoulder, my right shoulder, okay. The other one is really special and really rare. In fact, I doubt you'll ever see another one. And I don't know if anybody, even people in France, I don't think they'll ever see one of these. What it is a French base set, first edition, rare sheet. All the rare basic trainers and Pokemon, like Dugtrio and Electabuzz and Pidgeotto, all the trainers, Last, Super Energy Removal, Item Finder, Clefairy Doll, Pokemon Breeder and Trainer. Anyway, they're all on that uncut French sheet. First edition also. Now that's pretty cool, isn't it? Let me know if anybody has ever seen one before. And so anyway, that's what's up behind me today. I'll try to remember in future videos, to point out the interesting things I put up there. So, okay, now to, kind of, touch on the Logan Paul thing a little bit. Number one, you all know Logan Paul and I are friends. Okay, we care about each other. We're, uh, kind of like two peas in a pod. Okay, we're talking all day today. A day after his fight, 2 days before his fight, we were talking. We texted each other, 2 days before the fight. We're friends, okay? And just so you all know, I respect Logan Paul a lot, okay? I consider him one of the most respectable people that I know. Now, I know that's going to surprise some of you because he has a history of doing stupid stuff. Okay, yeah, well, sure, he's done a lot of crazy stuff. But listen, he was a kid, 20 years old. I don't think he's past 25 now. He's 25 years old, okay? Well, listen, if I told you some of the stuff I did between 16 and 25, you all would probably unsubscribe, from this channel if you knew some of the crazy stuff I did, as a late teenager and in my early 20s. Well, listen, anybody who thinks less of Logan Paul because of that stuff, you guys don't know Logan Paul, okay? You don't know the real Logan Paul. We're not talking about his brother here. I'm talking only about Logan. And you all know that we've been together, we've sat together, we've looked into each other's eyes. I know what's legit. I know what's real. One of my jobs in the past was trying to decipher lies and truths out of gangster gamblers and things like that because I was in the casino business. I was trained and I learned, how to read people and how to look in their eyes and know what's behind them. Well, let me tell you something. Logan Paul is a treasure. He is seriously a treasure, and he is going to go on to do great things. I am so confident in his future that I just know he's going to break barriers. He's gonna just do some amazing things. And so another thing I want to add was, I know we're not talking about the fight last night with Mayweather, but something interesting about Mayweather's son is also a friend of ours. Okay, he's with my son, they're my son's ages, and my son Pokemon Prince, they've known each other, and of course Logan is my friend, so I kind of had two horses in the game, though my connection with Logan, of course, is a lot stronger. So, but I want to say, since I know very little about fighting. Yes, I used to watch, George Foreman and Muhammad Ali, and I used to watch all those guys when I was younger, and I really enjoyed watching them. I actually saw Muhammad Ali in a coffee shop one time, and I got him to autograph this is many, many, many years ago, okay? I got him to autograph a napkin, a paper napkin, and I still have that to this day, just like I have almost everything to this day in my collections in that. So, but today I'm not a big boxing fan. I don't claim to be. Of course, Pokemon has monopolized, a big part of my last 20 odd years. So, and I got to tell you the truth, and I even told Logan that I wasn't going to be watching the fight. And I wasn't going to watch the fight because I was concerned about him. I was concerned that I didn't want to see a friend get hurt. And I mean, heck, Mayweather, 50-0, maybe the greatest boxing champion in history. Certainly one of the very, very top, one of the very top on that list. So I told Logan that I wasn't going to be watching the fight because I couldn't bear to see him get hurt. And I mean, I'm looking at it the way a lot of people looked at it. Here you have one of the greatest boxers of all time going against a YouTuber who was 0-1. His record was he had never won a fight, fighting a world champion who had never lost a fight. Okay, well, what was I supposed to think? I just couldn't see him getting hurt, like that. But I also knew something else. I knew two other things. Number one, Logan is driven. Okay? Logan will give it his all. I love young people that have a goal, they give it 100%, and then they accomplish that goal or basically die trying. I'd love to see that in young people. That's why I support so many of you. So many of the people watching here, I support the work they do. I support their channels, their businesses, their whatever I can do to help, because I'm so impressed by that determination and the pride that you all have that makes these dreams come true. Because listen, I'm 67. I had a lot of dreams that didn't come true. Okay? So I want to see all of your dreams come true. Well, with Logan, he is one of those young people that has that kind of heart. He has that kind. He will give it his all. For the last year, he's been working his butt off in the gym. He's been working like crazy because he wasn't exactly sure when this fight was gonna happen anyway. But he didn't have to do that. He could have waited until it was time, till he found out 2 months ahead of time, and then got in the gym and then went to work. No, I mean, he is hard as a rock. He has worked his butt off in the gym, and he totally killed it last night. He was absolutely tremendous. If there would have been judges, would he have won the fight? Well, probably not. He didn't land enough punches. He threw a whole lot of punches and missed. What do you expect? He's not a boxer, right? How would you have done against Mayweather? How would I have done against Mayweather? Not very well. Well, he stood toe to toe with that friggin' guy, and he really, really made Thuan and I proud. We were just so thrilled to death with that performance, and so, just going by the fight, I couldn't be prouder of Logan than I am today with what he put into that and how well he did. And I mean, doggone it, I'm looking forward to what he does next. I seriously am. He hasn't told me. That's something between us. He hasn't told me what he's going to do next. But what's to come is going to be exciting, and I know he's going to give it his all. So, there we go. And also, I should say something about the people around him. People like Mike, people like Jeff. I mean, he has excellent people around him that really take care of him, who really care about him also. If I was younger, I would get involved in his team. But, I just don't, I'm not. I'm not younger. And also, I don't want to take away from my daughter and my Pokemon. So, there you go. Okay, so that kind of gets the fight out of the way. Good job, Logan. Well done. I think we all agree with that. That was pretty special. Okay, now on to what all the messages were about. The Pokemon card he wore around his neck, the BGS 10, first edition base Charizard. Now, you all know that there's 3 in the world. You all know I have 2 of them. Okay. The question now is that third one. The third one that Logan was wearing around his neck. Well, let me tell you something. There's a story. There's a story that goes with that. And there's a story that's going to be coming out real soon that we're working on. We, meaning that I always feel like I'm a part of Pokemon and Logan and that stuff, what he does. I'm not saying anything as far as where he got it, who he got it from, how he got it. That's all going to come out real soon, and I'm not going to say anything, to ruin the suspense or to do anything besides, I don't know, how do you say it? I'm not going to give it away. I'm not going to give anything away. Do I know everything? No, probably I don't know everything. But I do know, after talking to Logan tonight, that you are going to know everything soon. And the story's going to come out. And the story is very, very possibly, gonna be, gonna just make your head explode. That's what my guess is. So I'm sorry, I can't answer those type of questions. I'm just, it's kind of like if I found out something about you and you were going to create a movie about it or something. I mean, I wouldn't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything to hurt it. Also, I think it's a good project what Logan is doing now. Where it's going to be a great video, and everything Logan does is first class, is highbrow, first class every time, and so I'm really looking forward to it myself. Does it involve me? Does it involve Beckett's or anything else like that? I just can't say. So I hope you understand. I hope you don't keep sending me messages. Like I said, I had thousands of them today, and I love answering my DMs. I love answering comments and my emails and my texts. But you only got so much time in the day. And this has turned out to be a big deal. Now, isn't that interesting, though? That Pokemon card is a bigger story today than the fight was. And the fight was an excellent fight, was an amazing job done by these two fellows. And yet, what's the big story today? What's getting the most hits? Pokemon. Once again, Pokemon. For those skeptics, who thought, Logan wasn't good for the game, well, listen, on one of the biggest not live streams of pay-per-views or something. What is the feature? What is the focus besides Logan? It's first edition base Charizard. It kind of reminds me of when Leon Hart, when he came out on, was it American Ninja Warriors, and he started opening up a Pokemon pack and looking at the cards on TV, on screen. This kind of reminds me of that. I mean, the reach, for those people who think Pokemon is dying, you guys are on drugs. Because let me tell you something, this has happened. There's going to be a lot more coming up in the future that's going to happen. Just stick with what you love. If you're just in it for the money, then go ahead, buy and sell. I mean, if your scalper is just going out, trying to make a few bucks today, and that, okay, that's your life, you go ahead. But for those serious collectors like me, don't worry about it, okay? Enjoy your collections. Keep doing what you do. Don't even consider ups and downs. I've been through so many ups and downs in this hobby that I know a lot better than to be concerned about any adjustments or any values going down. Some things going down, some things going up. Don't worry about it. No problem there. And I want to say before I close off here, one more thing. I don't know how many minutes is this. Oh, this is already 24 minutes. Okay. Somebody told me yesterday, a big financial guy told me yesterday that the best timing for these YouTube videos is between 15 and 30 minutes. So it looks like I'm going to hit there, maybe on the high end. By the way, where did I watch the fight last night? Over at Graham Stephan's house. Graham Stephan is extremely nice young man who does a good job as an influencer. He has a beautiful girlfriend, Macy. Her channel on YouTube is Savannah Smiles, and it's something like that on Instagram too, Savannah Smiles. Graham Stephan, I think he's GP Stephan on Instagram. Anyway, I was at their house. They just built a new house up in the Phoenix Valley, and I'm sorry, the Las Vegas Valley, and I mean I only live here, right? Don't get old, guys. Yeah, maybe never mind. Do get old. It's better than the alternative. And then we had with Jack Selby there and his beautiful new girlfriend, and Jeremy, a new friend, Jeremy Lefevre, who does a lot on YouTube and Instagram, was there. In fact, he was nice enough when Thuan went home. This is the other end of the valley. She had to leave to take care of the little girl. Jeremy gave me a ride home from there, so thanks again to Jeremy Lefevre. All you business people know all these guys that I'm talking about, and so anyway, that's where we watched the fight. Thuan and I brought some Vietnamese sandwiches, beef Vietnamese sandwiches that were terrific. Everybody loved. I had some smokehouse garlic bread I brought over, that were brought to me by Ryan and Mike the night before, who were visitors from California, coming up to say hello and that. Anyway, I brought a loaf of the smokehouse garlic bread to them. We watched all the preliminaries. We watched the main event together and just had a great time. Alex, the cameraman and associate of Graham Stephan's, he was there and he did a lot of the camera work. I'm sure they'll be putting out a vlog or whatever you call them soon. But that was a lot of fun watching the fight over there with a bunch of like-minded. Plus they're all Pokemon people too, pretty much. So anyway, that's where we watched the fight from. Well, now it looks like I'm hitting 27 minutes. I want to stay under 30, like Jeremy said. I'm sure it's not that critical, but I'm probably getting a little boring by now after all this time. So anyway, you want the truth? Well, you can handle the truth, and the truth is going to be coming out. It's going to be coming out real soon. Just stay tuned, okay? Just stay tuned. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun to see. And thank you all for paying such close attention and taking the time, to try to find, get information from me. That shows that you care, and it shows that I'm reachable, and that you consider me to be reachable by sending me those messages. I answer all my messages. Today I won't be able to get to those thousands, but just keep in mind that I care and I appreciate it. I really do. Subscribe on this channel. I want to do more of these. I want to just sit here, one take Gary, and talk to you guys. Okay, I want to do this more often. I have so much more to say in that, but I want to know that you want me to. Subscribe. Every single person watching, subscribe. Get my numbers, up there. And then someday one of you guys can come to Vegas and show me how to monetize this thing, and maybe make a few bucks for the Aoki Foundation. That'd be cool, huh? Okay, everybody. All right, I love you. Thank you so much. And I hope I cleared the air a little bit. I might have left you with more questions and answers, but I did the best I could. I said all I could. Okay? All right. Take care. Bye-bye.